I used to think that making more money is the way to enter my rich girl era. And guess what? I was wrong. Unfortunately, nobody teaches us how to manage our own money. But I'm here to share 8 tiny rich girl habits that every woman should follow. Even after getting an MBA degree, and I thought that I would be very good at money, and turns out that personal finances actually comes down to the habit. The first habit that actually really helped me, and that is a very simple that anyone can do, that is actually giving yourself 24 hours before making any purchase. And this is coming from someone who is very impulsive when it comes to purchase. I would sometimes not even think about it. And one thing that really helped me, even if I have the impulse to purchase anything, I always tell myself you are allowed to add things in a cart, but you're not allowed to check out until you wait for 24 hours. And this honestly saved me thousands of dollars, because then next day I would just forget about it. And if I forget about it, that means I don't even need it. So think about it. So many times we're purchasing, maybe we are bored, or maybe we're just looking for new shiny object or something, or maybe we're just like constantly comparing ourselves and thinking, oh, if I buy this thing, I'll be more cool. And this is a simple habit. If you do this, you will realize that how much is actually going to help you. Try it and let me know. But until you hear the second one, because oh boy, that took me so long to understand that. And it's a simple thing that everyone should do it, and that is tracking your spending. And I know before you click away, because it is tedious, oh my God, Ankita, who has the time to go over that? But I'll tell you what it helps. It gives you a clear understanding where your money is going. Now, it does not mean that you become stingy person and you have to live this frugal life, but I think what it gives you an idea how much you are actually spending. Because I know most of us, we're just like so easy and just think like, oh, we don't have money, or we can easily spend. There's always a two spectrum of it. But what happens, turns out, either we can actually spend more, or we maybe need to lower down our expenses. But having a clear picture will give you a full clarity. And when it comes to finance, I noticed that clarity is actually more important than anything else, because once you have a clear picture, then you can make a better decision. And this is actually the habit that I built so late, and I wish I started way earlier. Talking about the tracking expenses, let's talk about the third tiny habit, which is honestly, I think everyone should do it, because I have definitely saved myself tons of money from that, and that is unsubscribing from the marketing emails. So as soon as the sale starts, it's just the impulse. We see the email and then we triggered by it. Maybe we don't need it. Just because something is on sale does not mean I have to purchase it. And this was a game changer for me. And the reason for that is because I often just justify it. Oh my God, I'm going to save 20%. Oh my God, I really need that new foundation because it's on sale. But who needs that? I'm completely okay with whatever I have. That is actually because you're triggered by the sale. So if you turn off all those notifications and the marketing emails, what is going to happen? You're not going to be triggered by them. So even the sale is happening, sure. If you really need it, then go ahead and purchase and take advantage of the sales. Like, of course, you should get as many coupons and deals and all of that. But if you don't need it, then just because it's on sale does not justify a purchase. Next habit, which is actually going to save you a lot of money, but if you do it carefully, and that is quality over quantity. And this is really, really helpful, because this is actually a kind of eye-opener, because we often think whatever we are buying now, it needs to be cheaper and more on sale so we can purchase it. But I notice, especially when it comes to the clothing or things that I'm going to use every single day, then it needs to be a high quality. Because if you do the math, over a period of time, if you spend more money now, but if you are actually using it for a long period of time, your return on investment is actually much better rather than just buying a $10 thing. Like, for example, clothes for sure. Like, Like, I stopped purchasing clothes from a fast fashion because I notice, especially like the things like basic t-shirts and things like that, it may seem that you are going to save a lot of money early on, but turns out every year you're buying a new t-shirt. But if I invest in a good quality, it may be a slightly expensive, but in the long run, I'm using it for 2 years and 3 years. So if you do the math, you're actually saving more money. But in the short term, it feels like you're actually spending more money. So this is why now I always focus on quality over quantity. But talking about quality, let's also talk about investing in ourselves. Like how little we talk about it, because once our education is done, we just think that we don't need to invest anything. And then what we are doing is buying random things to fill the void. And one thing I have noticed over these years, like I stopped purchasing any new thing and I focus on how can I improve myself? Like things that is going to help me in the long run to make more money. For example, simple things like buying books, because I know buying books is going to help me to understand things, so I will be making more money in the future. Or buying any courses or tools or things like that, that is actually helping me to make more money, or it will help me to make more money in the future. It's kind of like a mindset shift that you have to turn on, that what are the things that you need to purchase that will help you make money in the future. And it's almost like a rich mindset, because if you think about all these successful rich people, they do not spend a lot of money on the shiny object. But if you ask them, they will definitely invest in the things that will going to make money in the future. Anything that you are going to buy from now on, pause that and think about it. Like, is it going to be an investment for you, or is it just a liability? So putting in from the asset and liability angle, that will really going to help you. Now let's talk about the next habit, and that is not getting easily influenced. And this is something I think we all are guilty. If we see something on the internet, we just think we need it. Just because a lot of influencers are talking about it, that doesn't mean you need it. And just because you see something, it also doesn't mean that you have to get it in order to be in the part of the cool group. Because often we think that whatever we are seeing, it's common. We don't realize that sometimes it's part of their job. They're showing, they're sharing, but that doesn't mean we have to get influence. But it's not that they are wrong, it's just like part of our own control. We have to make sure that what are we buying? Are we getting influenced by someone, or do we actually need it? It doesn't mean that it's on the internet. Even if your friend said something, just because your friend said that, that doesn't mean you have to buy it. And influence also sometimes comes from a comparison from a friend. Oh, just because she has a new bag doesn't mean you have to get a new bag. Now, talking about not getting influence, another thing I think we need to be also doing is enjoying our life. But the most important thing is being intentional with our purchases. It's okay to purchase anything. Like from time to time, I go out, enjoy whatever I want to get, but I am intentional about it. It's something that I have put it in my budget. Having a budget for your joy is also important, because you don't have to save on the coffees. If you go out, you wanted to enjoy, you want to have a fun with your friends, go ahead and do that. But as long as it's in your budget, because what you don't want is not being intentional about it and just going out and all of a sudden you're craving coffee and you're buying it. Maybe you don't even need that. Just because you saw someone else having it, that doesn't mean you also have to have it. So this is why I think being intentional is really, really powerful. If you know it, then you're going to spend less. And now let's talk about something that not a lot of people talk about. I think it's crucial when it comes to entering your rich girl era, and that is having a boring routine. And I know it may sound like, Ankita, now are we not even allowed to live our life? Nothing wrong with having entertainment and fun, but I think it all adds up when you do it frequently. And if you are on a journey to become financially wealthy, and if you wanted to get into like saving and investing and becoming rich, then you also need to be mindful about your expenditure. Often people think that you are going to consider rich if you are hanging out every single weekend, you're having those parties. Again, it's kind of like getting influenced by the social media. But if you look at actual rich people, they have a very boring lifestyle. They're not going out every single weekend. And this is the problem. Just because social media shows you, you also start to think that every single weekend I need to go out. Going out means spending more money. Then it adds up if you do it frequently. Again, my previous habit that I just said, that being intentional is the key. If you wanted to spend money with your friends, at least schedule it. Then you know that, okay, this is happening once a week and I already put it in the budget. That's what it's more important, not just controlling yourself or living this restricted life. I think it all comes down to the mindset as well, because I have noticed, which I have never realized before, that spending is actually a habit. It's a mindset. So if you have this mindset that if I need to look rich, I need to spend more in order to look rich, that is the mindset, then you are always going to spend a lot more. But if you build that mindset that feeling rich is actually comes within, how content you are, how full your life is fulfilled. If your life is fulfilled with actually things that matters to you, then the material things will matter so less. Like, you need to be so strong. Even if somebody has a new handbag, still you won't going to be triggered by this, because you know your worth, and it's not tied to any brand. It's not tied to how much money you spend. And I know if you click on this video, then obviously you care about money and you want to build a wealth for yourself. So one thing that I want to leave you all with, and that is for next 7 days, track all your expenses and understand what is your spending habit, because we all have that habit. Are you impulsive? Are you taking a pause? Do you actually need that? Or are you just trying to compare someone? If those things are happening to you, write it down. Don't judge it. And then after you understand for 7 days how did you make a purchase, then you make adjustment to your spending. And I'm sure after 7 days, you're going to learn a lot about yourself. And then if tiny thing you can do is track your expenses for 1 month. If you can build that alone is going to be a game changer for you. If you enjoyed this video, then I'm going to recommend this video right here, which talks about the boring habit that actually makes me more productive. See you right over there.